Good morning, students. Welcome back to the Java class. Today, in this class, I am going to discuss with control statements and decision making statements in Java. First, we can move with control statements. A control statements work as a determiner for deciding the next task of the statement whether to execute or not. It means identifying the task to be executed or not. If statement decide whether to execute a statement or which statement has to execute first between the two statements. Control statements are classified into two types. They are conditional statement and unconditional statements. And these conditional and unconditional statements are divided into subtypes. Now we can see what are all the subtypes involved in uh, conditional and unconditional statements. Conditional statements include if else statement, do while statement, while loop statement, for loop statement, for each statement, switch statement. And unconditional statement include break, continue and return statement. These are the control flow statements. This is the structure of the control flow statement. A program can execute from top to the bottom, but we use a control statement. Programming, if we write one program in Java, it can execute from top to the bottom. We can set order of executing a program based on a value or logic. And now this is the brief idea about the control statement. This is enough for your syllabus. Next, we can discuss with decision making in Java. Decision making in a programming is similar to decision making in a real life. In programming also we face some situation where we want to certain blocks of code to be executed when some condition is fulfilled. It means we write a simple Java program with so many tasks. Then in that program we have to decide whether the which block can be executed first. Then here in this, the third point is a programming language uses control statements or a control flow of execution of the program based on a certain condition. These are used to cause the flow of execution to advance and branch based on changes to the state of the program. Then the Java has decision makings are divided in Here decision makings are divided in subsection. Those are if else, nested if else if, switch case, jump. In jump there are three types: break, continue and return. These statements allow you to control the flow of program execution based upon the condition known only during the runtime. First, we can discuss with the if statement. If statement is most and simple decision making statement. It is used to decide whether the certain statements or a block of the statement will be executed or not. That is, if a certain condition is true, then a block of statement is executed, otherwise not. This includes only two values. One is true, another one is false. The syntax for the if statement is: if the condition is true, then statement is executed, otherwise it move to else block. Here in this only if block is there. For this only if condition is true, the if block will be executed. Here the flow diagram for the if statement. First it start the program, then it check the program. If it is true, code to be executed. If it is false, code out of the block. It means it gives some error to your program. If the condition is true, then only it is executed, otherwise it give a error. Here the example for the simple if program. First we are going to write a public class name is test, and next one is main public static void main string args int x equal to 10. If x is lesser sorry if x is lesser than 20, then system.out.print. This is if statement. If only the x value is less than 20, then only the if block will be executed, and it gives a output as a this is if statement. If x is greater than 20, it give some error to your program. This is simple if statement. I hope you all are understand. Then the if else statement. The if else statement alone tell us that if condition is true, it will be execute a block of statement or a block of code in the program, and if the condition is false, it won't. But what if we want to do something else in the condition is false? Here comes the else statement. If the condition is true, then true block will be executed. Then the condition is false, then it move to else block in this if else statement. Here the syntax for the if else statement. If in bracket condition, only this if block will be executed when the block if condition is true, otherwise it move to further else block, then the else block can be executed. Here the flow diagram of the if else statement is to start. Check the condition. If it's true, if block execute, false, statement outside if block. Here the simple example for the if else statement. Public class test. The main method is public static void main string args. In this, for int x variable, I am assigning a 30 and I am checking a condition here. If x is less than 20, then I am going to print as this statement is if statement, else this is else statement, the closing of else, closing of main method, closing of class. Here check x equal to 30 means the condition is x is less than 20. The condition going to be false. It means it won't execute true block, it only execute else block. The output is this is else statement. I hope you all are understand. The nested if statement, it means the if else block consists of another one if else block. It means one if else block including another if else block. A nested if is an if statement that is the target of another if or else. The if statement include another if else statement. Nested if statements means if statements inside an if statement. Java allows us nest if statements within if statements. That is, we can place a if statement inside a if statement only. Here the syntax for nested statement. If condition 1 execute when a condition 1 is true, then condition 2 execute only when the condition 2 is true. And we can also assign here else block. If else condition 1 will true, condition 1 will execute, then in that condition 2 is execute, or else if it is false, the else block can be executed. Here the flow diagram of the nested if statement. It's that check the condition. If it is true, inner if condition. If it is true, then it execute, or if it is false, it is out of inner if block. Then the main if block is false, then it is out for the else block, then only else block can executed. If only condition 1 is true, then it is moving further for condition 2 for that if block. If main condition 1 is false, then it is moving forward to else block. Here the example. See, public class name as the test, public static void main string args, int x equal to 30, int y equal to 10. The condition is if x equal to 30, then if y equal to 10, then the if y equal to 10 means true, means I am going to print a value x equal to 30 and y equal to 10, closing for all the blocks. Here check if int x equal to 30, int y equal to 10. If x equal to 30, y equal to 10, the both condition are true, then output printed as x equal to 30 and y equal to 10. Here the example for the nested if block. Then we are moving to if else if statements. These statements are similar to the if else statement. The only difference lies in the fact that which of the else statements can be paired with a different if condition. And also this renders the ladder as a multiple choice options for the users. Ladder means the block of the code. As soon as one of the if condition evaluate to the true, the equivalent code is executed. If the condition is true, the equivalent code is executed, or the rest of the ladder is ignored. Here the syntax for if else if statement. If code to be executed, else if condition, code to be execution, else if condition, code to be execution, else code to be executed. Here the flow diagram for if else if statement. First it start, it check the condition is true, if else block is true, then it is going to produce the result, or main condition 1 is false, then moving for condition 2, the condition is true means it going to if block, then produce a result. Here the example for the if else if statement. Class simple, public static void main, string asks int number equal to 0, check if the number is greater than 0. The if condition is if number is greater than 0, print as the number is positive, else number is less than 0, print number is negative, or else print number is 0. The value is integer size equal to integer size of the variable value is 0, and that 0 is checking for all the condition. In first condition number is greater than 0, no, return false, number is less than 0, false, then number is 0 means print as the number is 0 means the else block can be executed and printed with the output the number is 0. This is a simple program for the if else if statement. Then I am going to start the switch statement. In this statement, select one of the many code blocks to be executed. The switch statement can execute many code blocks to be executed. One of the many code can be executed. And this is how work means. The switch expression is evaluated only once. The value of the expression is compared with the value of each case. If there is a match, the associated block of the code is executed. The break and default keywords are optional. We can use the break keyword or default keyword for writing the program in switch statement is default or optional. Sorry, it is optional. Here the syntax for the switch expression. Switch expression, in that case value the course to be executed or break. Break is used to break the block. We can discuss about break in next. Case value 2 code to be executed, break default code to be defaultly executed or closing bracket. This is a syntax for switch statement. Here the flow diagram for the switch statement. First switch expression, case 1 is true, then case 1 expression to be executed. If it is false, end with switch case, then case 2 is true, case 2 expression execute. If it is false, then end with switch off case. Let us see the example for the switch statements. First we can write a class with the name simple, class simple, public static void main. In that, into day equal to 4, switch, the variable name is day. Case 6, in this we are going to print today is Saturday, or break. Case 7, in this we can print today is Sunday, break, or default value to be printed as looking forward to be weekend. Here check the conditions. Int day equal to 4, day 4. Here day 4 is not there in case 6 or case 7. For that, these both statements are not executed. Then default value to be printed as looking forward to the weekend. The output is looking forward to the weekend. This is the example for switch statement. I hope you all understand the switch concept. Next, we are going to discuss jump statements in Java. When a break statement is encountered inside a loop, the loop immediately terminated and the program control resume the next statement following the loop. Java break statement is used to a break to loop or switch a statement to another condition. It breaks the current flow of the program at specified condition. In case of inner loop, it breaks only inner loop. We can use break statement in all types of loops such as for loop, while loop and do while loop. Here the syntax for the break is jump statement, break. The flowchart is loop test expression. If it is true, then break. If it is false, statement outside loop. Or if it is true, break. Break is false, then outside the loop. If break is true, then loop test expression again. And here the Example for the break statement. Public class, break class, public static void main, string args. Here we are using for loop for int I equal to 1, I is less than 10, I plus plus. In this we are checking a condition. If I equal to 5, then breaks, print a value as a I for I values and close all the blocks. Here check the condition. If I equal to 5, print I values 1, 2, 3, 4 are the outputs. If I equal to 10, then it breaks means it produces the value for 1 to 9 as the output. I hope you all are understanding break concept. Break is used to break the condition. Next one is continue. It is same as break statement. Break is used to break the statement. Here condition is used to check whether the break statement is true or false. And in this continue statement, continue is used to continue the program. The continue statement is used in a loop control structure when you need to jump to the next iteration of the code. It can be used with a for loop or while loop. The Java continue statement is used to continue the loop. It continues the current flow of the program and skip the remaining code at the specified condition. In case of the inner loop, it only continues inner loop. We use continue statement for all the types of loops such as for loops, while loops, do while loops. Here the syntax for continue, jump statement, continue, and flowchart is same. Loop test expression, it is true, it continues, it falls out of the loop, it main condition is false, then loop test expression again. Here only we can replace break as the continue. And the example for the continue is public class continue example, public static void main, string args, for loop int I equal to 1, I is less than 10, I plus plus. If I equal to 5, then continue and print as I values and close all the blocks, and outputs are 1 to 10. Check if I equal to 5. It means the continue will be executed and produce at 1 to 10 values. I hope you all understand this continue topic. Next is return. This keyword, when executed by the compiler, returns the control back to the method it was called from. This generally used in the method which are not of the void type or a return some value. When the statement is executed, the return function returns caller method along with the whatever variable in mentioned in the definition. And if we mention return statement in this main method, the compiler adds and the program comes to the end. None of these statements below the return statements are executed by the compiler. Syntax for the return statement is return value or return. Example for the return statement is public class return type 1, public int add method. In this method, int x equal to 30, int y equal to 70, int z equal to x plus y. Here return z. Public static void main return type test equal to new return type int add equal to text add method. We calling the method here. Then print as the sum of the x and y is plus add, closing all the brackets and check here. If x equal to 30, y equal to 20, it produce return x. The output is 30 plus 70 equal to 100. We can discuss all the uh, programs or programs writing methods in the next class. Thank you.